Hello and welcome to Ula Tea Leaf Readings. My name is Lenor and tonight I'm going to be reading your tea leaves. This is a horoscope for Aquarius. If Aquarius is your solar, lunar, ascendant / rising sign, then this is a reading for you. All right, let's get started. And so this is a bonus reading for Aquarius, and our card tonight is the Queen of Discs, or Pentacles. Pentacles, coins, whatever you want to call them. Okay, and let's go ahead and take a look and see what these tea leaves have to say. Yeah, immediately I see a face right in here. You can see the eyes, the nose. Reminds me of the face, kind of that heart shape of an owl. Okay, so we have, the wisdom. The wisdom of the observer, of the watcher. Okay, and this makes sense to me. Aquarius, you all are the most perceptive people. You absolutely kind of sit back, watch what's going on. You're not going to get involved unless you can understand kind of to some degree what is the dynamic here? What is the scenario here? What is the atmosphere? What are these people doing? What do they have planned? What do I want? How do I want to be involved? Yeah, you're definitely like a mathematician over there formulating and observing, right? Observing and formulating, I should say. And so, I see this. It absolutely resonates when I'm thinking of our Aquarius kin, right? I am a Aquarius moon. So, yeah, it makes sense to me as well. All right, let's go ahead. We're going to keep moving here. Now, we have the Fool standing up here. You can see kind of in that hopping, skipping, a little bit of a dalliance, no inhibition, no inhibitions, and really just in the vibe of things. Yeah, I think that's kind of the feeling here right in the middle. So I feel like, this is kind of, it can feel a little bit at odds with this feeling of the owl, right? Think of the owl as kind of being pretty serious, not too silly. Yeah, and if we're in this posture of kind of hanging out and watching what's going on, really kind of deciding, what is my next move, that's not very Fool-like. So, in this time, and look at, this is, and I have to show you this. On here, it's mirrored, okay? We have the two, and it's hard to get them close, but I will say right here you can see the head, the arm up, the leg up, kind of extended up, almost kind of I just imagine skipping or jumping or an elation where your foot goes up in the back, and then we have it right here. So it's a desire to let go for a little bit, right? To just have some fun, to enjoy yourself, to go out and feel and be and immerse yourself. So what's going on? Is there like a vacation? Do you have kind of something planned? You're going to go out for the weekend, go on kind of a exploration of bacchanalian festivities, which, listen, today as I do this reading is the solstice. So it will come out later. It'll be after the solstice, but it will be the full moon when this comes out. And so it does. It's a perfect time for that kind of mid-summer celebration. Yeah, or well, I guess it's also winter, right? Winter in the Southern Hemisphere. I don't forget about you all. But there's this kind of festive energy when we go through these portals of time. We're moving into the next season. And yeah, it kind of does remind you, what have I been doing these last few months, right? I've been working hard. I've been getting things ready so that maybe I can have a little bit of a break during the summer, during the winter. And so now, yeah, it's getting closer, and here we are. And hopefully, you know, you can find yourself in a place where you are enjoying. Now, if you are a caretaker of children or grandchildren, maybe family members, or maybe it's within your career, just having a few hours, maybe a couple days, where you're not in charge of anybody but yourself. Doesn't that sound wonderful? And I do. I feel like this is a time where you're getting into at least a little bit of that mode. Here comes Pudgy. Yodeling, yowling, letting it be known. Here I am. I'm in the hallway, Mom. All right. So we also have a person here. You can see it looks like they are running or they are dancing. We have on the other side a person with a phallic symbol. You can see right here in the front. It reminds me of a satyr. Have you ever seen statues of satyrs? They're kind of like, they're Pan, right? The god Pan, this wilderness deity, half goat, half person, man, humanoid. The satyrs are his companions, right? The male companions. And then there are the female, which are called the nymphs, and they kind of, what's the word? What is the word when, I was going to say copulate, but they do that as well, but that's not what I'm talking about. I don't know. They all hang out. They party together. they have lots of fun in the forest together. So yeah, I feel like there's a sense of enjoyment. I can just imagine music. I think that's the big thing in my mind. It's like, are you going to a concert? Are you going to a rave? Are you going to a festival? Are you making music? Are you maybe having like, I don't know, a drum circle out back, having a bonfire, something, you know? And through that, now, yeah, maybe you're meeting somebody or you have a spouse or a long-term relationship, and this kind of little pause from regular life, you indulge in one another during these times, right? But I also think that often when we see these like phallic or yonic symbols, it is a sense of creativity. First and foremost, that creative energy. And so I do feel, yes, that this is a time where you're letting loose a little bit. You're just letting go of all of the stuff, all of the responsibilities, all of the hardships, all of the, bad feelings and vibes about things, and letting yourself just kind of, immersed in it all. Not that, all of the good stuff. Don't go swimming in the stress, right? No. So it feels like a much needed reprieve. It really does. And so I see here we also have the house, okay? And I do feel like this is something that is medicine for you. This is something that we all should think of as medicine. I know in, pop psychology and pop spirituality and so on, we put a lot of emphasis on like self-care, and mental health and general wellness and stuff. excuse me, and stuff like that. And that's, I mean, this is all kind of part of that. But the thing that we don't always see a ton about is finding a sense of play in your own life, right? Going and being silly, laughing, dancing, not necessarily even going in with the intention of, I'm going to go, you know, to this music festival and camp in the mud and, you know, whatever, meet people and be up at crazy hours of the day and night, you know, and I'm going to do this because I need it for a recharge, or it's going to help in my healing process. Now, yeah, maybe some people think of it this way, but I think a lot of times, you know, it is kind of just an impulse of, let's go and have some fun. And I think that's important. I think that is so healing, to go into something without really these very defined reasons. Like, I just want to go. I really like this music. I really need to do something else. I need to see something else besides what I see every day. And I think a lot of creativity comes from that, but also more stability in the home place. Because, you know, unless you are very much a creature of extreme habit, like a Capricorn or something, you know, you gotta break free. You have to. And of course, the Aquarius, you're very airy, but also very much somebody who is quite fluid in the way that you live. And so, yeah, you need some change. You need some different things, some different kind of inputs, you know, streams of inspiration. And so I feel like you bring home from this time, or maybe you are at home, maybe this is your reprieve at home. In this time, you are collecting fragments of inspirations, and you bring it home and you do something with it, creating with it, living off of it, right? I don't know about you, but when I go out in the world and I do something that I find profoundly moving, music's a big one, going to beautiful places or strange places, you know, I don't know. There's a lot of different things. But when I come home, I feel a sense of, you know, just a little bit of things seem a little uncanny, disjointed, a little bit different, but not in a bad way. It's not like I'm coming home and I'm thinking, oh, this is all terrible. No, it's a sense of like, yeah, I'm looking at things in a different point of view. It's like going into your living room. You have the same chair that you always like to sit in, or the same spot on the couch you always like to sit in. This time you go and you're going to go sit in a different one. You're going to see the room from a different perspective. It feels different, right? And this is a minor, a little example. But I think, yeah, coming home into this, your space feels a little different. You know, the things that you find beautiful and intriguing, and, you know, the way that you, you know, fill your life, and the colors and the objects and whatever, they all feel a little different, at least for a while. And I think it's so important that we have those moments, right? Because it allows us for space to start thinking of new things, being innovative, having different thoughts, different impressions, different feelings. You know, this is why, like, sometimes when relationships are going through a rough phase, you know, we might have the inclination to, or the impulse, I should say, the impulse to cling tighter to one another. That's me. I'm pointing at myself when I say that. When sometimes, yeah, we need some space. We got to go do some things separately. Have some other experiences. So that when you come back together, you're feeling different. There's maybe some space there where that static or that, that chaotic feeling has escaped a bit. The pressure has been let off. I know for me, this is so true. When I feel like arguing, which is more often than I'd like to admit, sometimes I have to just like go mow the lawn. I have to go pull weeds. I need to go put my feet in some water outside. I've also said a lot on here, I love primal screaming. I used to always live in neighborhoods, right? Now I'm really rural. My neighbors are far off. But yeah, I used to be the weird neighbor, that weird lady next door that I would go behind my garage and I would scream. Just let it out. And I'm sure people are like, what is going on over there? But it's just I would go curse. yeah, real loud. And just let it out. Sometimes you just need to do something like that. You need to go move your body. You need to go holler a little bit. Cut some wood, whatever. Break up boxes. That's the other thing for me is breaking up boxes. Cardboard and stuff. Getting that stuff ready to recycle. That, for me, I get some aggression out there. And then I can come in and have a normal conversation, right? Be respectful. Don't raise my voice. Don't argue or find things to bicker about. And so all of this is to say that sometimes, we need a reprieve and it will bring in these other energies. And I feel like this is where you're at. It's a time of, grounding, enjoying. We have the beautiful Queen of Discs. And all of this leads to a firmer foundation. Nobody has a more beautiful, profoundly developed and sturdiness than the Queen of Pentacles in the Malkuthian sphere, right? In the lower sphere, in our physical world. Okay? This is somebody who is good at living in the real world, right? This is somebody, not good necessarily. What does that mean? I don't know what that means. But somebody who can build up their life in ways that are meaningful to them. It doesn't have to mean that you make a ton of money or you have some extravagantly decorated home or, the family dynamic that you exactly envision. No, it's somebody who is in the earth, right? They're down to earth. They are firmly planted. Head in the sky, right? But realistic about things. Connected to their environment. Very much aware that they are as much nature as what we perceive to be outside nature. You are it and it is you. Good at moving things around in life, rearranging. So I know that we have that energy, obviously, but we also have that Fool. So it all comes together. It is all about, working on the greater outcome, the life that you want to live. Oh, we have a Cancer person here. We're just talking about Cancer people, weren't we? And so maybe there is a Cancer placement, or not Cancer, Capricorn. We have a Capricorn person here. Now, this might be that you have a prominent Capricorn placement, or there's a Capricorn person that is close in your life. Now, we also have over here the star, and it looks like a rabbit, okay? So, again, another sign of fertility, abundance, much of. We have the star above. These are your goals. These are your dreams, okay? Like the star card. And so I feel that through this moment that you are having, you are getting that fuel. You are replenishing your reserves and really going to have that deep inspiration and motivation to go after that star energy, okay? And having the resources to do so. That's the big thing here, is that we have that rabbit. So all of this reprieve, it's important that we take these times for ourselves, right? Because without it, it is just a lot of drudgery. It does. It just feels like going through the motions when there is no variance in sight. But you won't let that happen, will you? An Aquarius person's not going to let that happen. You like to mix it up. All right, let's see here. I've had such a time. I had some technical difficulties here getting everything together. Something with the microphone. And so I know I feel a little bit wound up today. I don't know exactly how to fix all of the equipment here. Most of it I know how to operate, but some of the things, you know, it's just kind of trial and error. So I'm hoping that all of this is sounding of good quality. I'm going off of my faith here, but yeah, so that's part of the energy of this reading. I just want to let you know. We also have the full moon tomorrow begins. I think it's tomorrow. And then we also have the solstice today. So I hope you all, by the time you hear this, it will have passed. But I hope you all have a most blessed season, if that is summer, if that is winter. And I also hope that you did something fun to celebrate. If you want to share, please let me know in the comments. I love to hear what people are doing with these kind of transitional events that we have. Okay, so I'm going to do the divine doors. We're going to flip through. I'm going to stop where it feels right. Okay. And I like this one. I like there are these little flowers. Oops. These little flower embellishments on there. And it's just so gorgeous. Okay, it says 11, numbers and doubles. Synchronicity in 2. Don't hold back. Your love now. Life is meant for you. Don't hold back your love now. Life is meant for you. Absolutely. Okay, Aquarius, I'm going to go ahead and tell you I love you because I do, and I thank you so much for spending this time with me. It is always such an honor to be able to bring these messages to you. And if you would be so kind as to like the video, it really does help the channel. And if you have not subscribed yet, please think about doing that. You can hit that little bell. It'll let you know when the next readings are coming out. It is free to subscribe. And if you'd like to leave a comment, I would love that. I read them all. All right. So Aquarius, once again, thank you. We'll talk in a few days. I love you. I love you. I love you. Good night.